What's up, guys, and welcome back to our channel and looking at our market watch for this week. And not much really movement in the market, but let's just touch on a few little news points, heading over to our analysis, and then we're going to then wrap up for this week before we have obviously Christmas that's coming up. So guys, just a quick one. Let's look at just some news recapping and looking at some points that took my eye again, and it always seems to be coming up as well, looking at regulatory, looking at that ETFs, right? So the ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs, and that's now people can be trading and trading Bitcoin without actually purchasing the actual Bitcoin itself. And being a bit more, if they have these ETFs going ahead, then people will be more confident, and I can definitely think that if we look at our past videos, been talking about these ETFs, if they get signed off and the decision is to go ahead properly with them, then we could possibly see our crypto coming into play and starting that bull market eventually again. So looking at magazine off Coin Telegraph, so it was this week magazine by Coin Telegraph, and one of the sections here, it says first of all, looking at the NFT side of things, it says here NARC enters the metaverse gaming, okay, following the RTFKT acquisition. So sports apparel, obviously NARC, they had strong interest in emerging markets by pursuing metaverse specific patent and trademark filings for its logo. So we can see already NARC is going into the metaverse, acquiring these, having this logo that's going to be on the metaverse. People can obviously purchase whatever clothing that's NARC. And we can see that we even have big brands being interested in the NFT market and especially the metaverse. So I think this is going to be one of the biggest industries that we're going to be seeing in the coming year. So NFT, just showing you here, NARC has obviously got interested in it and wanting to start pursuing that metaverse realm. So going on the NFTs, the Bitcoin NFTs, it says here, SEC delays decision on Bitwise and Grayscale's Bitcoin ETFs. Now remember, we have been discussing that. People have tried to do it. There has obviously one that was being passed, but it isn't the one that will, I think, start changing things, which is the spot ETF. Now it says here, the exchange has decided to delay a verdict on 2 physically backed Bitcoin exchange traded funds until February 2022. So as I mentioned, we could possibly see that now coming next year, and we need to watch the market. The commission published a decision on Wednesday this last week. 2 ETF applications were filed by Bitwise Asset Management and Grayscale, whereas Bitwise aimed to introduce an entirely new spot ETF, and Grayscale intended to create a spot offering by repurposing its current Grayscale Bitcoin Trust product. So we can remember that it says that they even turned down a spot ETF in 2021. The commission has delayed one such product and only to deny it now in December. So just something to follow. February next year or going into next year, remember the Grayscale and Bitwise Bitcoin ETFs, especially the spot ETFs. If that gets passed, I can guarantee you there's going to be more stability in Bitcoin, and we're going to see a bull run. I think that is, just for me, the tipping point. And as we have seen, the markets are on a bearish downtrend. Okay, so not much movement is going to be happening the rest of the year. I don't think worry about it. Eventually, people are off the charts generally more, so you're going to see markets just going generally sideways. So rather just stay out the market for now. But I think this ETF that's going to be coming next year could be that turning into a bullish market, right? Another one on CoinDesk, and this is something just different points that is we have shared in different videos, and what makes Bitcoin obviously go up and go down. And it says that people have been saying it's a hedge against the things like inflation. Okay, they claim this, but that could be the case. But we'll have different things, right? So what are the things that could obviously push Bitcoin down or Bitcoin up? Well, it says here, Bitcoin's price often falls in tandem with global markets. So when obviously the pandemic throttled the markets in March 2020, Bitcoin price dropped down, all right? And then also the stock market did the same, and it recovered as well to all-time highs. Same as the stock market, Bitcoin followed the same thing. And we can see here, Bitcoin, gold, same thing. When we had the pandemic, they all dropped, but now they've all recovered and made sort of all-time highs, all right? So Bitcoin has reacted to other market shocks, all right? Also, when Bitcoin fell 6.9% in 2021, traders feared with the Evergrande, which was the Chinese real estate giant, was going to collapse. Same thing, the markets dropped. So what we're seeing here is that there generally is this market flow. Yes, people are saying if we have inflation and all those concerns, then Bitcoin should be going up, but that's not necessarily what is happening. People are, the market is reacting the same way. So take that into note, and understand that we are also dealing with now international regulation. So it's moving with general markets, okay? As we've seen, yes, it has recovered, the same as the other stock markets, but now we also have the regulation, which I keep on bringing up as well. So international regulation, we have countries like the United Kingdom, Thailand, and India, and have shown to have direct influence on Bitcoin's price. Two major market impacts Bitcoin price the most, the US and the China. So same when China had the crackdown on Bitcoin and crypto, then we see Bitcoin fell, and so did crypto fell. So when we have this, these different talks, we can see that the stock market and Bitcoin, crypto will follow. Generally, if Bitcoin starts to drop, as we've seen, the other coins will start to follow. In the US, Bitcoin responds to news from regulators and legislators. Also now, Joe Biden's infrastructure bill hurt Bitcoin's price because it posted difficulties to decentralized wallet companies, which would have to report tax data about their customers that their nature did not collect. So all these things, we're seeing that Bitcoin has often risen when major companies announce that they have added Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So we have the negative of the stock market with these different news that comes out, Bitcoin follows. But then when we have such adoption, like the country like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, and we have companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla invested in Bitcoin, you're going to have prices going up. So if we have more adoption, we have the proper regulatory, we have this ETF that will be hopefully passed next year. If we have these things in place, we're going to see a more stable bull market. We will be able to be more comfortable trading and not just these pushes, these pumps and dumps, as people will call it. So just something to go over. Great article here on CoinDesk, what makes Bitcoin price go up or crash down. So it seems to be moving with general markets, and as more adoption, more people claim. There's even one post here where they're talking about even social media, where we have Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk says, "Baby Dodge, do you want Tesla to accept Dodge?" So these tweets, you can see how him just talking about Dogecoin is the people's crypto. Okay, how the price then starts to move. Dodge Father, May the 8th. Okay, do you want Tesla to accept Dodge? Okay, price pushes up. And we can see how these are reacting just by strong social media tweets, the CEO of big companies, how this can affect price, which is crazy, but that is unfortunately what happens. We even have it with the US dollar. US dollar, when Donald Trump was in presidency, he just tweets, and the dollar can fluctuate very, very quickly. So we need to understand that Bitcoin, at the moment, because we don't have these things in place, it's going to be following other markets, all right? So keep that in mind. The regulations for Bitcoin, understanding it is generally moving with other markets, stock markets, bad news and good news, you're going to have it going up. So something just to keep an eye on. And I think as we start going into the last 2 weeks of this year, again, rather start to read up. Okay, we're going to be looking at the analysis now. And I just want you to go over a few things. Something that we can start looking at going into 2022. And for some of you that are new to the channel, some of you that are new to crypto or looking at investments in altogether, there's few things that you can start doing. One, start to read up on education. One being, how do I look at the markets? How do I read the markets? Okay, where is the best place to buy? Where's the best place to sell? And then you want to look at what are you investing in, all right? You can buy something or invest in a stock. You can invest in gold. You can invest in the Forex market. There's so many things you can invest in, okay? So rather pick just a few and not try and look at hundreds and hundreds of investments. And then you can do it many ways. You can invest in something for the long term. You can invest and make money in a day, in a minute, in an hour on many assets. So start to understand what are you wanting to invest in. You can make money on the Forex market. You can make money in the stock market the same way. Do you want to purchase something and hold that asset for a long time, or are you just wanting to trade the actual different prices, whether the price goes from A to B? Do you want to make money just on that movement, or do you want to make sure your asset grows? There's different ways of looking at it. So rather, if you want to be more interested in it in 2022, look at your education. How do I want to be looking at the market? How do I want to be trading and investing? And then you want to be looking at only a few assets to invest in. And then you also need to make sure there are risks involved. So first of all, guys, let's look at BTC. And again, analysis hasn't really changed much. I did mention we're possibly going to be coming down into this area, which we are already now. Very, very slow movements. And we could possibly see, if we are going to see a push up to the upside, this is my area. I'm going to be looking for the push to 56,000. And from there, we can then see our further. But for now, this is the area I'm wanting price to come back into, which we have. And let's see, do we get that push back up to 56,000 or higher for BTC? But for my analysis, again, overall analysis, I'm seeing price coming down. I'm wanting the price coming down until we start seeing this good news of the ETF being passed, regulations being passed, and that's only going to be coming into an effect next year. So right now, I would stay out of the market for sure. We could definitely see a more downside movement for BTC. Ethereum, same pricing movement hasn't changed much, but I said if we do have that push up, we're most likely going to get the follow of BTC, and for me, price would likely come back into this area over here, all right, where we could then possibly see a sell-off to this area, all right, over here. So that's where I would like to see Ethereum play out, coming back into this line. So a spark back up into 4,400 and then make its way back down to our 3,000 region for Ethereum. Ripple analysis, still bearish trend. And my ultimate target for me is to make its way back down to our 55 region. Same thing, if we have that push up, I don't think it's going to be for the long term. We have these areas here where price needs to come possibly trade back in, all right, spark up, and then seeing our levels being met of at least this wick and then further down to these levels, all right. So for me, Ripple downward movement, Ethereum down, BTC down, but we could have that small retracement to the upside before the drop. Okay, so price needs to move lower high, lower low, all right? And if we were trading, day trading, and not actually purchasing a coin, purchasing Ripple or purchasing Ethereum, then we can day trade it where we are then trading on price. You know, if price comes back up to 95 cents for Ripple, I can then actually sell the market if we were trading that style. So something to look at as well if you're interested. So 3 majors, not much movement, but I've just given you analysis there. I'm going to not go into many other coins as well, especially because we're coming towards only 2 weeks left of this year. And guys, we first want to take this time to, 1, look at our past year. What has happened? Have we progressed a bit? Have we learned more, especially with trading or looking at different assets or investments? Review is always a good thing. And then we want to look forward. How can we improve ourselves? How can I learn more with my trading? How can I better myself with psychology? How can I better myself with investing, and then obviously growing your investments? So guys, for anybody that is interested in education, please drop us a message. You can get us on my YouTube channel, obviously the channel that you are on now, Master FX Global. And please like and subscribe. There's a few videos you can go back and review and see what we've been talking in this past months. We want to obviously grow this channel. So let's get into our other coin that we have been following for some time. Not much movement on price, ILUS Coin. All right, ILUS Coin. And when we last looked at the market, we have been just sitting around this region, all right? And I did mention that we are at a zone over here where I'm wanting price now from this area to start seeing a movement to the upside, okay? To me, we're in a good zone. We're at a discounted price. You always want to buy at discount and you want to sell at a premium, okay? Very important, sell at a premium, buy at a discount. So at these areas, same thing. I'm wanting price to, from this zone, now start to make its way up this area, break this level, have that pullback, and then start showing us that bullish structure. Okay, so for me, we're at that area now of, are we going to push up, start changing the, keep the direction to the upside, or are we going to start coming into these areas over here which need to be tested? And the reason why I say that is because this is an area of an imbalance, okay? It's one-sided on the market and price needs to trade back into this. So if we do drop lower, this is my area which I think we're going to be trading back into and then start to see that reversal. So if we come back into this area, fill this area, and then start seeing a shift in market structure, okay? That is my second opinion on ILUS Coin price. But again, guys, the lower we are, the lower the prices you're seeing now, it's discounted. You want to buy it discounted to then start riding the price higher. But again, get in it this time. By start of the new year, we're going to see price be coming up, okay, and seeing price pushing to the upside for next year. So ILUS Coin, great area where we are now, but I wanted to see that shift in market. So also drop over to their Twitter page, and something to know about, there's a few points that they put in here. With ILUS Coin, you can earn while you help save lives across the globe. How does it work? The revenue from the coin sales and holders will buy the equipment for communities that can't afford them in return for affordable leasing fees. Okay, so that's what we are actually doing with ILUS Coin. You are investing in save lives while earning rewards. So jump over to their Twitter page. You can even go to iluscoin.com to see more great info on that site. So guys, just a few points again. Regulatory with the NFTs. Obviously, NARC being introduced in there. Next year, possibly the ETFs getting signed off, which would then possibly see now crypto going into a bullish run. So right now, review this year, look into next year, how can we improve? And again, we have Christmas coming up in a week's time. So please, guys, spend time with your loved ones. Have a bit of a rest for a few days, and then we can start getting back into the new year. So on that note, guys, Merry Christmas for myself, and it's been great having you guys on the channel, and we'll definitely be catching up for a New Year's video. So guys, Merry Christmas, trade safe, and keep well.